I'm going to show you how to prepare ugali the most simple and easy way, step by step. And we're going to be preparing our ugali using grade 2 maize flour. So what does it mean when I say grade 2? It's actually a whole meal, so it's not sifted. So this is just that whole maize that you usually see it in bulk that has been milled, but this one has a little bit of sorghum in it, so that's why it's not pure white. But first, before you prepare ugali, the first step is you boil the water till boiling point. This somehow pre-boiled. I had actually boiled the water, then I had to stop it for some time, so let's continue. And if you want the process to be much faster, cover with the lid. Boiling point, so we're going to go ahead. So how I usually do it, this is cold water in a bowl, so I'm just going to go ahead and scoop some maize flour here. I make my ugali just like you always make porridge, because I don't like having lumps in my ugali. Wow, you can use a whisker. So that's done, and then I just stir it until it just dissolves completely. Do is reduce the heat. And then transfer the mixture. As you can see, the water is already boiling, so I just put the mixture inside boiling water, just mix, and then I keep on stirring it. You'll realize it's slowly forming a porridge form, just the way you can prepare uji. And don't forget, this is not grade 1 maize flour, this is grade 2. So this is where really the trick of making ugali comes from. So if you don't like, sometimes using only howden ugali big spoon, I don't know how to call it, does really help you to achieve a smooth ugali. Sometimes, have you ever been in a position whereby you're in a place, maybe in a restaurant or whatever it is, or a joint, and you served ugali that has some fly in it that are in lumps? Oh my friend, however delicious the meal is, it just ruins the appetite in the end. So for me, this is what I do. You can actually use a whisker, but I don't know, this is what I've been doing since probably started preparing ugali in my life, and it helps you to achieve a very smooth ugali in the end with no lumps. So we're going to leave this for just like 1 minute to just boil in the mixture. We're going to achieve a very smooth, yummy ugali. Already boiling, so we'll be continuing with our next step. And this is the point I'm introducing kamata as a holder to all this pot for me, because ugali you have to hold it firmly. So we'll be adding the maize flour in small portions, not a lot. I don't know how you hold your ugali, but you can hold it in any way. As you can see on my end, I'm holding it differently depending on how comfortable I am. At the end of the day, all you want is just making sure that you're able to get the best results out of it. have to keep on adding maize flour in small portions if you really want to get a more ready ugali, that even when you eat it, you actually feel like you're eating ugali, you're enjoying it. Sometimes you can prepare ugali and you're like, what does it taste? You know? And especially with this grade 2 maize, you have to be careful. Don't rush it. It has to be slowly. And you just have to make sure you're not on high heat, or else I don't know what you'd be eating at the end. I would say just maybe porridge that has just been converted to be so hard, because it won't really be just be tasteless. You know. And I told you how you hold the mwiko depends on how comfortable you are. Again, with grade 2 ugali, you keep on adding until you feel like, is it ready yet? Is it enough? That's why the best thing is keep adding small amount of maize flour. And just make sure you reduce the heat. That's the trick. Because at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you're pounding every part of this. We want to achieve the best results. So we've gotten to a point whereby we've come to the end of adding the flour, as you can see. So you're just going to leave it until you smell ugali. Until you smell that ugali smell. But before that, we'll come and turn it again one more time, and then we leave it, and then we check for the last time. So I'm going to cover this. Then I reduce the heat because you want it to cook slowly. We'll be back. Let's check the progress. The process I'm using actually can work in preparing ugali for a very big number. It really works. So don't be scared to try. If you've seen the color of ugali, it's not purely white because it has some traces of sorghum in it. As I told you earlier, this is a whole meal. So we're going to leave it again for a few minutes, and then it will be ready. It is finally ready. So I don't stress myself, so I'll just serve it on the lid. Given that this is just for 2 people, but if you have many, the best way is maybe you put it on a pot. Serving dish, I mean, sorry. So now ugali is there.